Hey everybody, this is Alpha. You may recognize me from my previous show, Stories from Behind the Counter. If not, no worries. But if you have heard that show, then you might have heard me mention a couple of times that I personally am a big history nerd. At least in my own opinion. This is my new show, Local Histories. I started this show because no matter how small of a town that you live in, everyone lives somewhere that has a rich history and some very interesting stories to boot. These are the stories that may not have had a wide reaching effect on the world, or even the country, or even the state that you live in. And therefore, hardly anyone gets to hear about these stories. I want to fix that. So, this is the podcast where I do some light dives into some local histories that most people don't know unless they've grown up in a specific area. If you're a fan of history, and even if you're not a fan of history, we all know that in school, all we hear is the same topics. Everything gets gone over multiple times by multiple people in multiple different ways. The countless documentaries on people like JFK, FDR, or events like the Pearl Harbor bombing, Mount St. Helens blowing up, etc., etc., etc. But in this show, I'm looking for the history that almost nobody knows about. We'll be going over the history of places, events, and people that most people have never heard of around the country, much less around the world. Stories of people like Olive Oatman and her family's massacre. People like Don Laughlin, how he founded Laughlin, Nevada. Or stories like the U.S. Camel Corps that was used in Arizona. What about the Doxel disaster in Kingman, Arizona? A lot of these people don't hear about. Most people don't talk about them unless you're from the area. And I must clarify again, I am just a nerd. I am not a historian. I hold no degrees in any field. I just get very interested in things that I hear about or that I see, and I just tend to go down a rabbit hole. Of course, if you have any suggestions for topics, people, places, or just you want me to look into a town and see if there's anything interesting because you're not 100% sure, let me know, and I'll look into it. If you know of something interesting and not very well known, please reach out. If you want me to see if there's anything interesting in your town, reach out. All you have to do is get me on my socials. You can get me on Facebook, Patreon, of course, or most importantly, for any of my shows, if you have suggestions or anything, reach out to me by my email specifically. That is workwithalphag@gmail.com. That is WORKWITHALPHAG@gmail.com. I really hope you guys enjoy the show. Please let me know what you think. And everybody, stay fabulous.